Hello, as all of you know, my name is Father Speier. I've been pastor here for 9 years, and today we have a unique opportunity of using some of the new technology that we have in our midst to share with you a very interesting part of our parish, which is the finance. We'll get into that in just a minute. But since the COVID vaccine or COVID virus hit, we've been doing a lot to try to keep our parishes safe, and one of the ways we've been trying to do to communicate with our people is through YouTube and the cameras that we've had installed in church, and now the cameras that we have here in St. Dominic Room in the Sienna Center. And since the time, we've been able to not only show all of our masses here from St. Catherine's, but we've also done funerals and a few weddings. And in addition to the liturgical celebrations, we've also had a number of presentations, one by Mr. Peter Range, who talked to us about the pro-life movement in the diocese. Then we had Father Phil Smith, who is the vocations director of the diocese. He was with us and shared his thoughts on vocations in the diocese and the future of vocations here in our diocese. And then we had Father Dave Serrata, who is the liturgical coordinator for the diocese, and he spoke to us about Holy Week and Easter as we're celebrating right now. But now we're going to be doing just something a little bit differently. We're going to be sharing the history, or the history, yes, of our finances here at the parish. And in order to do that, I've invited Mrs. Chris Powers, who is our bookkeeper, and Mr. Bob Thompson, who is the head of our finance chairman, and he's been with us as the head of the finance committee for the last 9 years, as long as I've been here. A lot of good things have happened, but we want to certainly begin by thanking you for your generosity to the parish and all that you do, not only finances, but certainly time and talent. So at this time now, I'd like to turn it over to Mrs. Chris Powers, and she's going to share with you our parish before and during the pandemic.
On March 13, 2020, per state mandate, the school and parish were forced to close down. Through the Government Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP loan, we received $151,900 in loan proceeds on April 24, 2020. From March through the end of the school year, we continued to pay the teachers and staff, including benefits. The loan proceeds were depleted by June 25, 2020. The government forgave this loan. We have no liability for the balance. School grants and publicly funded monies continued to be paid through June 30th. On August 1st, the teachers returned for the 2020-2021 school year. Due to COVID restrictions, the school was limited to 9 students per class. We hired 3 more teachers to accommodate this change. In addition, the school offered space for elementary school children who were not physically in school, for which we received tuition. Chris Coomer, the school principal, applied for 2 pandemic grants. The proceeds were received in December and January to help cover the additional teacher expenses. In addition, the ODE grant was increased by $20,000 in January, bringing our monthly receipts to approximately $22,000. We applied for the second PPP loan in January and received another $145,177 on February 8, 2021, which is being used for payroll costs through April 30th. Through the generosity of you, the parishioners, contributions continue to be received from mid-March, when masses were shut down, through the end of the fiscal year, June 30, 2020. During this time, the parish received over $78,000, including Easter contributions. Our current contribution level is on par with the past, $4,000 to $5,000 per week. As you know, in addition to the weekly and holiday offerings, you also contribute to the maintenance fund and capital improvement funds. These donations allow the parish to keep the parish and school buildings in good condition, paying for needed repairs. The current balance of the maintenance fund is $16,732. The balance of the capital campaign account includes $30,755 of capital improvements money and $64,000 of savings. Details of this information is included in the report provided to you.
Thank you, Chris. Now I'd like to turn it over to Bob Thompson. Bob is the chairman of our Parish Finance Committee. And what Bob is going to do is bring us up to date at the current financial situation of the parish and what the future holds for us.
Thank you, Father, and thank you, Chris. The attribute of why we are doing so well is because of both of these two individuals, along with many staff and a lot of volunteers who have made a strong commitment to help our parish and to keep our parish strong. What I always like to suggest is a sign of a healthy financial status usually boils down to four primary areas. One of those areas is a strong balance sheet. Chris stressed on what our cash position is right now, which is in aggregate of approximately $373,000. Also, the expense or liability side of our balance sheet as a ratio of our assets is significantly in favor of assets. So that explains the coverage of our liabilities and our ability to pay our bills. So a strong balance sheet is a healthy sign. Another healthy sign is a consistent and stable cash flow from the sources in which we generate income. The primary source that we are generating income from right now are student receipts and tuition. And as Father just mentioned, our enrollment is staying strong. Our program is phenomenal due to the hard work of all the individuals in that school. And because of all the hard work that Chris puts into getting grants, we are able to maintain a steady flow of income that supports approximately $665,000 in annual salaries. Two side notes. One, the three of us are fully vaccinated, which is why we are not wearing masks. The other is what is important to recognize. Our current financial situation is certainly because of the hard work of many, and especially the charitable inclination of our parishioners. It is, however, important to stress that in order to continue this, we continue to need and stay diligent on supporting what our parish mission is. Another side note, all this information, because there's a lot of it and many numbers have been put before you today, we will publish this so that in full transparency you can see our balance sheet, you can see our income statement, and as Father always does on a regular basis, you will see the usage of our maintenance fund. Finally, I think what is also important is that we have a simple method that we utilize here at St. Catherine's as a check and balance. Because of the Finance Committee, because of the flow of information and communication between Chris Powers, Chris Coomer, and Father, because of that communication quality and transparency, we're able to always address issues as they come up. And we're able to check and balance any items that could cause problems for us in the future. And that is what's key to why we have become and will continue to be very successful in being good stewards of the money that is our parish money and our parish treasure. So as we look forward to the future, we have a strong balance sheet. We have a good cash flow coming in from many sources, which a big chunk of that is the support through Sunday collections, Easter, Christmas, and other holy days in which you are so generous in your contributions. We continue to see good flows in maintenance, which you see the signs of and the outcomes of those maintenance contributions. And as stated by Chris, we've made a lot of improvements on a infrastructure basis, which I think will help us in the long term and in the future years to come. So the basics are we have good financials, we have stable financials, and we look forward to the future where you can continue to support us and we can continue to deliver what it means to be truly good stewards of the treasure you entrust to us.
Thank you, Bob. We took a risk back in March of 2020 when I asked Deacon Mike Learned and a couple other gentlemen in the parish to work at live streaming our masses. And they worked awfully hard to get our church up to snuff. And as of Palm Sunday of that year, we were live, and we were able to show all of Holy Week and Easter, which I think was a big lift for a lot of our parishioners. I received comments from people as far west as North Dakota, Virginia, Michigan, and other places that they watch our masses on a regular basis, which I think is a good testament to what we have done. And we're trying to expand this technology. It wasn't just my goal to put a lot of money into putting all this technology in and not using it, but we're going to do our best to use it. And we hope and pray that you will take advantage of our St. Catherine of Siena Toledo YouTube channel, look at the things that are going to be up there, and hopefully that they will benefit you as well. So I want to thank Chris and Bob for joining me. And you can't see him, but Mike Learned is off here to my right, and he's running all the stuff we need to have run here. So thank you all, and I hope you'll take an opportunity to view this presentation. Thank you very much.